Renner's Warehouse red carpet here at the 2013 Twin Cities Film Fest. I'm here with Zhao Wang, director of Honeymoon Suite. Zhao, it's a short film. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's a film about a monster in a hotel, and that's all I'm gonna say for now.
Did you come up with the story? Did you write the story?
Yes, I did. How this film came about was a little unusual. I was commissioned by this hotel to do a film about the hotel, but they didn't want to specify what kind of story they want. They're like, just come in, be inspired by the space, and do whatever you want. And so I was like, hey, maybe there's a chance to do something interesting and not like a commercial or anything. So I came up with this idea, and I was surprised that they actually okayed it. They're like, great, this is horror film, great, we love it.
Wow. Now, is the psychological / thriller horror genre, is that something that is sort of in your wheelhouse, or were you stepping out of your own comfort zone as a writer and director when you came up with this idea?
I guess I've always liked a thriller, psychological thriller, and suspense. But I would say I've actually never done a monster film, or these werewolf or zombie or those kind of. So this is my first time stepping out into that genre.
Wow. Now, where are you from originally?
I was born and raised in Beijing, China, and now based in New York.
And did you spend some time in Minnesota?
My mom did. My mom did. My mom actually came to Minnesota when she first came to America. Okay. So, but I haven't really spent any time here. Okay. So she came here first, and then she moved, and then that's when I came.
I see. Tell us about shooting your film in Beijing.
Shooting in China was very different from shooting here in the States. Just the way people work, the way the structure and the hierarchies, and also working with actors very different, Chinese actors. But this film has both Chinese actors and American actors, so this was very different in that it was a very short. We had like 4 days. And then there's a lot of restrictions on when you can shoot where in the hotel, because it's operating, and you can't shoot in the lobby in the morning, or you can't be too loud and stuff like that. So but everyone worked really hard, and we had like 2 20-hour days back to back.
Wow. Now, overcoming those parameters, did you spend more time than you normally would in pre-production, knowing what you were dealing with?
Mm-hmm. I think the most challenging part, actually, the part that I spent the most time on, was finding the right special effect makeup, because the film required very detailed, realistic makeup. And because of the budget, and it's a short film, you couldn't do CG or any big budget, the kind of things that the big films would do, and you also don't want to do that. You want to be different. You want to be small but realistic. So we spent a lot of time finding that right special effect makeup, and also figuring out, well, within our budget, what can we do to realistically sell the idea of this monster without you seeing the full transformation? Because we've all seen that, right? And why would you want to go up against a Hollywood production to see the transformation of a monster? That's not interesting. What's interesting is the monster in your mind, but prompted by the cues in the film, the sound or the image, maybe just a shot of a hand or shot of the face, just that one shot.
So you've most definitely injected a psychological factor into this story and into the story that you told on film.
Yes, absolutely. And I think the best kind of horror or monster films, the kind of horror and monster in our mind, the kind of the ones we imagine. What you don't see. Right, what you don't see. Yes.
Now, talking about special effects and things of that nature that were included in your film, what sort of a post-production process did that make for the film, and did you have a close hand in post-production?
I did. I actually run out of money in post-production, so I had to cut the film myself, and that took forever. But the lucky thing for me was that since we actually spent the money with a special effect makeup on in camera, so we didn't have to do any of that in post. But what took the longest time and the most challenging aspect is the sound design. I'm very big into the sound of a film.
Which is such an important element.
I think it's half the film, and it can actually make or break your movie. You can shoot the best footage or image, but if the sound is terrible, it's just terrible. It's gonna break the film. So
And what a great piece of experience that you're sharing with those watching this interview about the process.
yeah, absolutely. I think post-production in general is just sort of afterthought, especially sound. By the time you're picture lock and you're thinking about sound, you're like, oh, I ran out of money. Let me just put some sound effects together. And but that's probably the most important part in the process.
Were you happy with your final sound design?
I am. I'm very happy. I actually, since I didn't have any money, I got a friend to do this for free, and I got a 5.1 mix on the film. So I was very pleased with it.
Wow, congratulations. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
I'm going to have you send us out. Tell us your name again and the name of your film.
Okay, Zhao Wang. The film is Honeymoon Suite. Come see it.
From the Renter's Warehouse red carpet here at the 2013 Twin Cities Film Fest.